What if choosing a luxury SUV today isn't about features, but about philosophy? On one side, the BMW X7 precision, speed, and software-driven refinement. On the other, the Lexus LX durability, consistency, and a reputation built over decades. And here's the real question: which one actually makes more sense in a future that's changing fast? Let's break this down. Both of these SUVs sit at the top of their brands. You're looking at roughly $120,000 for the BMW X7, and around $130,000 for the Lexus LX. On paper, they're competitors, but in reality, they're solving two completely different problems. The X7 feels like a product of modern engineering priorities. It's built to impress immediately, visually, technologically, and dynamically. The LX feels like it was designed to last longer than trends themselves. Start with performance, because this is where the difference becomes obvious. The BMW X7 offers a 3.0-liter turbo inline-six, and more importantly, a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 pushing around 523 horsepower that translates to about 0 to 60 in roughly 4.5 seconds. That's not just quick for an SUV, it's redefining what a large luxury vehicle is expected to do. The Lexus LX 600 takes a different route, a 3.4-liter twin-turbo V6 with around 409 horsepower. On paper, it's slower, and in real-world driving, you feel that difference. But here's where it gets interesting. The LX doesn't feel like it's trying to win on speed. It feels like it's engineered to remain consistent, no matter the conditions. So the question becomes, are you buying performance or predictability? Now look at how they drive. The X7 is surprisingly agile. It feels lighter than it is. Steering is responsive, the suspension adapts, and everything about it pushes toward a more dynamic experience. It almost feels like BMW is trying to convince you this large SUV belongs in the same conversation as smaller performance vehicles, but that raises a subtle concern. As vehicles become more software-driven, more complex, more adaptive, does that also mean more potential points of failure long-term? The Lexus LX answers that question differently. It feels heavier, more grounded, not slow but deliberate. There's a sense of mechanical confidence, less urgency, more control. And that ties directly into Lexus's long-standing focus, reliability. This isn't just about engines lasting longer. It's about systems, components, and how the entire vehicle ages over time. So while the BMW feels advanced today, the Lexus feels like it's thinking 10 years ahead. Now step inside. Both the BMW X7 leans heavily into digital integration. Large curved displays, ambient lighting, a very modern interface. It feels like a luxury tech environment. But again, that brings up a question. How well does cutting-edge tech age? Will today's interface feel outdated in a few years? The Lexus LX takes a more balanced approach. You still get modern tech, but it's paired with a more traditional layout. Physical controls, layered materials, a sense of familiarity. It doesn't try to overwhelm you. It tries to reassure you, and depending on how you think about ownership, that matters. So now we're looking at two different interpretations of luxury. The BMW X7, faster, more dynamic, more tech-forward. The Lexus LX, more durable, more consistent, more conservative in design choices. Neither is objectively better, but they reflect two different bets on the future. And this is where things get interesting. As the industry shifts toward electrification, automation, and software-defined vehicles, which approach holds up better? Do you want something that feels ahead of its time right now? Or something that's built to still feel right, years from now? If you're finding this breakdown useful, that's the kind of perspective we focus on here, looking past the surface and into how these cars actually fit into the bigger picture. So let's bring it together. The BMW X7 feels like a statement about where luxury is going: fast, connected, and constantly evolving. The Lexus LX feels like a statement about what luxury should remain: reliable, composed, and built to last. And maybe the real decision isn't about specs or price. It's about how you define value over time. Because in a world where technology changes every year, the real question is, do you want a car that leads the change, or one that outlasts it? That's a conversation worth having, and probably one worth sharing.